Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Roll call, please.
Chuck Davis.
Here.
Councilman Corey Oxford.
Here.
Councilman Bud Barkers. And Jerry Flutie.
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum, so we'll move forward. Has everybody had a chance to read through the agenda? Any questions? I have a motion to approve the agenda as read.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as read.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, approval of the minutes from the July 15th meeting. Any questions? I have a motion to approve the minutes from the July 15th meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the July 15th meeting.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Move on to approval of the bills. We have deposits in the amount of $203,299.81. Accounts payable in the amount of $208,622.01. Transmittals in the amount of $16,564.86. And payroll in the amount of $52,159.30. Questions? I have a motion to go ahead and pay the bills.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and pay the bills.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll move on to correspondence.
There are none.
Okay. Any items from the public? Okay. We'll move on. Does council wish to say anything? Council comments?
No.
Okay, we'll move on to reports from departments and we'll start with the town hall.
I have resolution 2026-5, and this is gonna be the budget amendment for 2026.
Okay,
A resolution amending the 2025-2026 annual budget for the town of Saratoga to amend certain revenues and expenditures for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026. Whereas the 2025-2026 annual budget requires amendment to reflect actual revenues and expenditures and the use of reserves necessary to balance certain funds, and now therefore be resolved by the mayor and town council of the town of Saratoga that section 1 pursuant to the terms statute 6.08.020 of the town of Saratoga, the 2025-2026 annual appropriation budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026 is hereby amended as set forth below. Special purpose tax fund. Special purpose tax revenue was $939,766.29. Capital projects were $2,027,221.05. And transfer from reserves is going to be $1,087,454.76. Impact fund revenues, $55,219.32. Impact funds expenditures, $309,000, $127.90. Transfer from reserves is $253,908.58. The general fund revenue, $3,127,190.32. General fund expenditures was $3,187,806.22. Transfer from reserves is going to be $60,615.90. The water fund revenue, $919,599.14. Water fund expenditures, $1,188,203.24. The transfers from reserves being $268,604.10. Sewer fund revenue, $763,186.42. Sewer fund expenditures, $849,177.07. The transfer from reserves being $85,990.65.
Question. I have a motion to pass this resolution 2026-5.
I'll make a motion to pass resolution 2026-5.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Resolution is now set. Okay. We'll move on to the next item. Go ahead and take this. I was contacted by Jeff Tallis. They own the Sierra Madre Club, Trout Club, which is, most people know it as the old Shadeen House. The bank is out into the river, has deposited stone in there, and there's willows growing and grass growing, and he contacted me and asked if he could put some goats down there for one. The way it sounded one day, it'd be August 15th, to eat down the grass and vegetation. I told him that was a council matter. I have to take it to the council. After doing a little bit more research on it and everything, we don't own that land. So we can't give him permission to put goats on that land, even if we wanted to.
The landowner technically owns to the middle of the river, right?
Not on that one, it's just, the property line is the Westerly Bank, it says on the legal.
Says what it says on the legal
But
description.
I thought anything butted up against the river.
No, the ones that specifically say all the land east through the center line of the plat.
No.
So, it's kind of a mute subject, but I didn't know if we wanted to put goats down there anyway. It opens up a can of worms because we don't allow animals in town anyway to graze. If we let somebody graze there, we're gonna have problems with other people that's wanting to graze off land, so. But with us not owning the land, not for sure who owns the land. Is the federal government or state government or?
I don't know who controls that portion, like, if we were to go out there and operate, we'd have to get a permit from the Corps if we were doing something out there, but I don't know.
So to me,
It is.
that would be where he'd have to reach out to. Plus, then he has to follow our ordinances, even if the court granted him permission. So, I didn't get back to him earlier today, so I thought I'd go ahead and bring it up to the council. But it's not our land, so we don't have to take action on it, and I will get back with him tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep, sounds good.
all right. Anything else from town hall?
Sir.
Okay, we'll move on to the police department.
Mr. Mayor, Council, for my agenda tonight, we have the second reading of ordinance 893. Which is ordinance number 893, setting forth maximum penalties in the Saratoga Municipal Court. You want me to read the entire thing again, or?
Just,
Title this time?
we have to read it by title.
Okay,
That's
that's the title. Yep.
Is there any questions? Everybody give us a brief overlook of what this is about.
Yeah, I read the entire thing last meeting. This is just setting the maximum penalties to a fine, no jail time for municipal ordinances. But it does still allow the judge for contempt of court and warrants to have jail time.
But none of our tickets.
Correct. None of our just citations will incur jail time anymore. It'd just be fines for anything in municipal court other than contempt.
Okay. Any questions on ordinance 893? This is just a second reading?
This is just the second reading.
Yeah, I thought it was a third also, but it's.
Oh, me too. Okay. Do I have a motion to go ahead and approve ordinance 893 on its second reading?
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 893 on the second reading.
Have a second?
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Okay, the next thing I have is not actually on the agenda, but I received it's an annual service contract that we've had with Motorola for taking care of the radio equipment up at the water tower. I was looking at it and the annual cost of this contract is $19,941.80. I actually wanted to talk to you guys about not renewing this contract. Last year we had guys up there one day to work on some grounds and that was it. I don't think we're seeing anything gained out of having this contract for how little work we have done up there, because this doesn't actually cover the equipment. This is just to basically fix our connections. If a radio goes out, they're not going to replace the radio under this contract. So I think it's actually costing us more than we're saving with this contract. So I'm asking for is I was just presenting it to you guys to see if you agree that we should probably not renew this contract. So I think we can probably get a lot of work done up there for the $20,000 we're paying a year.
You had it budgeted for this contract?
Yeah, this has been in our standing.
I don't have a problem not renewing the contract
I
myself.
don't see a problem with it either.
See why we should. It's all okay.
I mean, we still have $20,000 if something did go down.
Yeah,
And chances are it's gonna be a piece of equipment.
right.
So. All right, well, do I have a motion not to go ahead and approve this contract with Motorola?
I'll make a motion not to approve the contract with Motorola.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, anything else?
No, I've been staying busy. I don't think we had anything major happen in the last 3 weeks. I don't think so.
Okay.
Just status quo, staying busy.
Okay, well, I have one thing to bring up. We tabled it until this meeting about John's pay, going back to salary and versus hourly. And at this time, we're gonna have to extend that. There was some stuff brought up from John and it's in the hands of an attorney right now. So we're gonna have to extend it, leave him on hourly rate for this time.
You need a motion for that or? just-
I do, and we can't put an end date on it yet till we hear back from the attorney.
Motion to extend the hourly rate for the chief
Leaving the chief on an hourly rate.
motion to leave the chief on hourly rate until we've a resolution from the attorney.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
All right,
all
that's
right,
all I have.
okay. Thanks, sir.
Yep.
Okay, we'll move on to the fire department and we have a Wyoming Apparatus LLC and invoice for $2,325. Are there any questions about that? Do I have a motion to go ahead and approve this invoice for $2,325 to Wyoming Apparatus?
First question?
Yeah.
What's the 2004? I'm not familiar with.
Being an apparatus, it's,
Piece of equipment, it sounds like.
That was for pump testing.
Pump testing,
Testing.
yeah, what it look like.
It verifies the flow rates of the engines.
yes, it's for pump testing.
Thank you.
I was gonna cover that in the report that they just did it. I have a second.
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carried. Move on to the, this is what they provided me with is, they did the pump testing, all turned out okay, we're in good shape. The week of September 17th, they plan on doing some hose testing, so I don't know if they notify you or not when they block off that street up there.
They usually do up there.
No, it's Myrtle.
It is.
It is Myrtle. Yeah, so they'll probably be in touch with you on that. He also received it sounds like a county vehicle from Ryan Park. That's why the 6x6 is parked outside. They're trying to slowly replace some of the 6x6s with a newer truck that runs down the road faster. Evidently it gets around just as good. And then, they wanted to remind everybody that the county does have a fire ban on. So if you burn, please call before you burn. And if not, you could be receiving a citation. Okay, that's all I have on the fire department. We'll move on to the recreation department, Mr. Edwards.
Good evening, Elmer.
Good evening.
Evening.
I guess I give you kind of update what we got going on at the rec department. Softball's busy as can be. Playoffs are not next week, but the week after. The pool, we are gonna keep it open till August 16th. All of our lifeguards go back to school August 17th. That's just for open swim. It will be open for water aerobics until the 28th of August.
And we have enough lifeguards to cover that.
We have one.
One still left. Okay.
One, yeah.
We got one.
So it's just gonna be the cashier, lifeguard,
Okay,
chemical checker, the above.
okay.
Yes. But yeah, and then registration went out for flag football, which will start in September.
Great. Sounds like you've been busy.
Busy. Absolutely.
Well, I met with Carter last week. I have some bad news. Carter is gonna resign as our rec director. Would you please read his letter?
Dear Mayor and members of the Town Council, please accept this letter as a formal notification of my resignation from the position of Recreation Director with the Town of Saratoga. My final day of employment will be August 14th, 2026. It has been an honor to serve the citizens of Saratoga in this capacity. I'm sincerely appreciative of the professional support and opportunities afforded me by the town's elected officials, administrative staff, and the residents throughout my tenure. I am fully committed to discharging my responsibilities through my final day of service and will endeavor to facilitate a seamless transition of duties. I stand ready to assist in any manner that may support an orderly transfer of responsibilities. I extend my gratitude for the privilege of contributing to the town's recreation programs and services, and I offer my best wishes for the continued success of the department and the community. Respectfully, Carter Edwards.
Well, thank you for what you did.
Absolutely.
Did a
Thank you.
great job.
Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank you for staying around for a while and still being in contact. And going forward, we'll make a few decisions on what we're gonna do. We do have a person that will take over and run the position for a while. And we'll talk to her as we move forward. So Carter, I can't thank you enough. I hate to see you go, but job well done.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Good job.
I appreciate it.
Greatly
Things worked
appreciate
out
it.
great for you.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thank you guys.
thank you.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask a question?
Yes, you may.
Bit out of order. I should have asked when the police chief was up there. Have we made any progress on the study for traffic control at 30 Hugus?
Chief, can you answer that?
I've looked at the area a couple times. There is the children playing signs heading into that area. Right now, we haven't really looked at anything for changing speed limits. The speed limit's 25 there by just town ordinance default.
But I was looking for stop signs or road signs or something.
Yeah, and I haven't really gotten with Emery yet to discuss stop signs there, because really the only way to do it would be to do an all-way stop. We have to do a four-way stop there. And I'm not sure. That's something we'll have to talk about. I've driven through there and looked a few times and.
Concerning that child playing sign, the child playing sign is literally right at the ball field, the one I'm aware of.
There's also another one as soon as you turn heading north also.
Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that one. Any chance we could at least get a child playing sign back on the ranch road? Back by the telephone pole maybe? So that they'll go down a gear as they come around that building?
Possible.
You want to look into that, please?
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Anything else? Do you have anything else?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right, anything else for the recreation board? Okay, we'll move on to Department of Public Works, Mr. Emery. And we'll take care of planning commission and water sewer joint powers board at the same time.
Counselors, Mayor. Starting off items of business before we get into a little update. As we did talk about at the last meeting, we're gonna do some paving over there at the park. Try and get the dirt work dialed in as tight as possible so we can eliminate having to put in any wasted asphalt. There's kind of two options. We looked at just doing some blue top surveying in some points. We're getting machine control in there with a blade. I called around. We already have a surface built for it, so I called around and see if we could find somebody with a machine control blade in town. Works has one. It would be much more efficient, more accurate to just get these guys in here next week and have them do that. And us haul off the windrows, then try to get everything in there and get it surveyed. Let's do it with that older blade. We're probably going to waste more money in asphalt with our dirt work than we would.
I think Bo Stocks has one too.
He doesn't have his blade up here. I did reach out to Bo. He had his little skid steer and Nash has kind of dabbed one too, but this was the only blade guy with the blade in town that I could find. Yeah. I did call Bo actually quite a while ago and he didn't think he was going to have one up here. And we can get half of this. It's highly likely I can get half of this reimbursed by the grant too. So. Okay.
And we're not for sure it's gonna take that. That was his.
No, that was his. He said it could take, a day and a half, but he didn't want to tell us it'd take a day and a half and then it'd take 2 days and we get a $4,000 on top of what he said.
So this is the maximum cost.
Comments?
Most cost effective way to go.
Yeah, there's no way to say equivocal to doing machine control like that on projects like this. They just got pretty.
It's tough because we're gonna have to pay for him to come down and blue top it. $4,000-5,000 probably.
That's kind of on something like this by the time we pay for the survey.
Just for him to get the set all the grades like where the machine, all plumbed into the machine. He hit automatic and it cuts and fills where it's supposed to.
Right.
So really you take that into consideration. And then our guys are pretty booked up right now. They really are. Emery and I talked about taking our guys over and, it would take them a lot longer because they'd have to do it with just a laser. And like you said, it probably wouldn't be dialed in as much, so. But it's up to the council, whatever you guys like to do. My suggestion is we go that route, but.
That's fine with me.
Is that a motion, Jerry?
No,
Would you make a motion?
no. Aye.
Do I have a motion to go ahead and approve work order for $15,378 max for final grade at Never Forget Park?
I'll make a motion to approve the work order for $15,378 for the Never Forget Park.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
I appreciate that. That helps me out a
Okay.
lot. So thank you guys. We talked a couple meetings ago about getting a utility easement for a few utility lines on the edge of that Myrtle property before we sold it. This is the easement. I got the record of survey. So this is the actual easement that we would essentially declare deed ourselves, however you want to say it. So we record that record of survey and then file this easement right after it. So that way we didn't end up 20 was plenty. We didn't need to do 25. I covered everything we have in there.
okay.
I just need you guys' permission to have the mayor sign it and we can record it.
Yeah, do I have a motion to go ahead and allow me to sign this declaration and for public utility easement on Myrtle Street?
Yeah, I'll make a motion for you to be able to sign the declaration of the public utilities on Myrtle Street.
Do you have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Let me get to my table here. We did get some bids in for a few of the properties that we had listed. And I reviewed all the bids that did come in. And C, D, I, and J all had bids that were executed properly, executed in accordance with the package that we put in. And so I would recommend that we would approve the sale of those properties for a total in $352,389. So there's kind of three components to this whole scenario. There's these properties that had executed bids that were done correctly in accordance with our documents. We had the properties that didn't sell, and then we got property H. So if we take care of these properties that we've essentially had good bids for, and then we could move on from there.
You say these properties are or which one again?
C, D, I, and J.
Yep, C, D, I, and J, yep.
Yes.
You need a motion to,
Yeah, to approve those sales and then give me, the mayor, and the attorney the authority to execute all the closing requirements, quitclaim deeds, all that jazz.
okay. I'll make a motion to find the apparent high bidder for each identified property responsible and awarded property C, Mike Butler for $41,289. Property D to Dave Rankes for $62,000. Property I to Alan Weber for $31,101. And property J to Mike Butler for $216,999. With closing to occur in accordance with the bid package and the documents approved by the town attorney.
Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes, thank you. Now, moving on to property H, we did receive one bid from that. However, the bid had conditions attached to it, and we advertised the bids, as is, where is. We did not afford any placement for conditions in order to execute that sale. There was people who asked, could I submit a bid contingent on me getting another lot? Can I submit a contingent on that? We did not allot for contingencies. So I would consider this bid unresponsive. We can't guarantee that the vacations and the arrangements that the bidder, Randy Stevens, was asking, that those could happen just by the stroke of a pen of approving this purchase. So I don't think that the bid was submitted in congruence with the documents that we put out for advertisement. I would suggest, it would be my recommendation that we would reject that bid.
Okay. Make a motion to reject the sole bid submitted for property H because the attached proposal materially conditions purchase upon the alley vacation, access changes, utility arrangements, and other approvals not included in the advertised sale items. Making the bid non-responsive, to authorize the return of the bid deposit and direct staff to evaluate purchase disposition of the property H separately.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, and then
Okay.
part number 3, but the ones that we didn't sell, I think it would be my recommendation, we table these, and then we come back, we could kind of game plan and bring back another package for you guys to look at and re-advertise them at another point. And go from there.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I think we got all the documentation, everything
So-
kind of developed now, so it's not.
Everything we put forth, we didn't sell two property, correct?
No, it was one.
Was there? No, there
No,
was.
6 of them.
Okay.
The property H, we didn't sell 6.
Okay,
What was the total on that? 352,389,
Yeah, for these ones.
right?
Yeah, and so that leaves us a total left. Up another 340 if we sold whatever was left. Okay, we can do that.
okay, yeah. Do you want a motion saying we'll table that for now? Do I have a motion to go ahead and table the remaining properties that didn't sell to a later date? And we'll come back with another package.
Okay, I'll make a motion, retain the properties for the time being, that staff return with the new listing strategy and advertising package.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. 16, so we did get all the crushing done that we had, that short form contract with Platoga. All the concrete's all cleaned up, all the asphalt's all cleaned up. So the total about 6,000 tons. What ended up happening is by the time it's all said and done, we saved about 40,000 and change had we buy that tonnage. So it was a pretty good, yeah, pretty worked out. And that is all cleaned up, so we can, you know, when the time comes, we can get some garbage and stuff to pick out of there, but we can get that leveled off and just use those piles, and when they're gone, everything turned out good. That concrete turned out better than I ever would have expected it would have. I haven't been around it really before, but I mean, it turned out into some pretty good material.
Quite a bit of good material up there now.
Yeah.
There really is.
What projects already got lined up for that material?
But some of that will be for the Lake Road next year, later this fall, whatever we get around to it. That's
Really.
perfect material for that.
And you know, it's really nice when we do sewer lines and water lines, when they come back in and put their
Yeah.
top coat on.
So if we can get approved to pay.
Yeah.
For that.
Total invoice. Do I have a motion to approve to pay Platoga Aggregates invoice of $64,800?
I'll make a motion to pay Platoga Aggregates invoice of $64,800.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I got one little thing to add to that. He did volunteer, Ryan did volunteer to rent us his D8 with an operator, checking around and everything. He's wanting $300 an hour for it, which is probably the going rate. I don't know what it'd be, cost us a fortune to rent one. Because mainly to get it down here from Casper, because they don't run one that big. I don't know, I don't see over 2 days work, do you?
You're leveling stuff out up there.
I don't know.
It wouldn't be, for the limited time we'd have it, it wouldn't make sense for us to pay $5,000 round trip down from Casper to rent one and use it for 2 days and have it.
So it's just something that I was gonna run by the council if they wanted to move forward with it.
Why do we need something that big just to level that up there?
Huh?
Why do we need something that big just to level?
There's quite a bit of dirt to move still.
That's what he's
And,
got.
and a hole to fill up. It's quite a ways to carry it. You know, yeah, a smaller dozer work, there's no doubt, you know, but it's whatever they want to do. He just volunteered to rent it to us. We don't have to go with him. We can put it out.
I'm just curious.
You know, there's still quite a bit of material to move. There's, I don't know, probably a day's cleanup up there.
Yeah, we do need to go, before we do anything, we do need to go back up.
There's still some iron up there, and you know, after digging through stuff and finding stuff we did, I think there's been a lot of people dump up there. We found D8 cutting edges and
I hadn't found them in the crusher.
yeah, so probably a good thing we're closing that area off and everything, but there's some stumps up there that need to be pulled out and not buried.
Yeah. And we ain't got to decide on this today, I think.
That was just food for thought. We have a dozer available. I mean, I don't know anybody else in town that's got. I mean,
Well, that's not priced that bad either.
really, $300 an hour, I mean. 8 years ago in North Dakota, they were getting $250 an hour for 'em. So I'm sure they didn't go down.
And the proximity, I think is, important too.
Yeah,
Dragging somebody over from.
just something to think about moving forward and we'll go from there. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Emery.
Can I circle back? Sorry. Pickett Park, Never Forget Park. I want to commend the town and Emery and his department for the great work that's being done over there and the progress that's being made over there. I do have one question. I see a curb cut at the bathroom. Are we gonna have curb cuts on the east and west end of Pickpack Road sidewalk? So that the people, because I watch the visitors to town, they still walk even 4 abreast down that sidewalk, and you put in a pretty good wide sidewalk, 5 feet or 6, whatever it is.
Yeah,
But accessibility, because right now my wife can't get on that sidewalk with her scooter.
yeah, so there'll be those ADA ramps on both sides of the driveway going into the park, and then on the east and west ends of Pickpike, there will be ADA accessible ramps on both sides.
Right, that's what we
And there's an ADA parking spot by the bathroom. There's a ramp to get into the
saw
bathroom.
that.
Yep.
And this is a private opinion, but it's my experience. ADA parking spaces and ramps say friendly town. Great big damn sign right there by that blue spot, friendly town. When you hit towns that don't have any, it sends a whole different signal, and that's my personal and my wife's personal opinion.
Yeah, all the sidewalk in
Thank you
there.
very much for your effort.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's been a team effort. We couldn't have done it without you guys, and
You know, that's been a project and it's slowly winding down.
18 years.
Gaining on it.
We've only been involved a few.
I wanted to give you guys a reminder. We set that public hearing for our lead service line potholing project at that last meeting. So that'll be at this next coming meeting. We did get that application submitted. So once we have the public hearing, we'll send those in and that'll wrap that up. We had a walkthrough for the sewer project going across the river last week. We had a pile of people in here, probably the thickest room we've had for a pre-bid meeting.
Then went down through it and there was 11 contractors here.
Yeah, I think we had seven or eight primes and then a couple of subs, pumping subs, Rain for Rent, and there was one other one, but it was a pretty good room. So hopefully we see things come in, priced accordingly. That bid opening's here more towards the end of the month. Had a few questions so far, but not a ton. So Craig and the guys did a good job. I think the big package was pretty thorough. They're constructible. So you'll be seeing that. The TAPS project going from the elementary school up there to the high school, those are pretty much done. So those get shipped off to YDOT and then I'll get copies printed out and shipped over to you guys so you can check them out and take copies from YDOT or comments from them. Any comments from you, finalize everything, and the plan is to get that bid out probably in October so we can start first thing in the spring. So, do you guys got any other questions about anything?
No, keep up the good work, buddy.
Done a good job, Emery.
I don't have anything. Planning Commission haven't had a meeting since our last meeting, so.
Okay.
Same thing, Water and Joint Sewer Power Board.
All right, well, any questions for Emery? Thank you for your time. Okay, we'll move on to the Recreation Commission. Councilman Barkers isn't here. Their next meeting will be September 7th, 2026 at 6 p.m. here at the Town Hall.
It's actually Labor Day, so I'm assuming that date will change.
That date was
That
changed.
date is Labor Day, so I'm assuming that date will probably change, but I haven't heard from them.
Oh, okay. Make a note of that. We'll get that out as soon as we can. We'll just hang signs around town. Okay. We'll move on to the Saratoga Airport Advisory Board. Brenda has some minutes from the last meeting, I assume.
Yes, I have a few notes. They discussed the sewer project and what they still need to get done. You talked about that with them. The seal coat marking project is gonna be delayed until the end of August because of conflict, the contractor had a conflict. There will be a large group coming into Brush Creek, in September with about 60 airplanes for that. They painted the FBO building and there were signs ordered for big signs. I guess they talked with them and got the approval for sign on the east side of the wall and a sign over the entrance door. Lab is working on redoing the FBO building inside and expanding it eventually. And the de-icing equipment is ready to ship and a person's coming to train their employees on how to run that. And they're started work on replacing the door on hangar 7, and if that goes good, they'll do hangar 8.
And they're still moving forward with their master plan and
Yeah, still working on it.
okay. Any questions? Okay, thanks, Brenda.
Mhm.
Oh, I do have one little, they are diligently working on the sewer plan. It's kind of in DQ's hands right now and we'll just go from there. You know, so. Okay, we'll move on to South Central Wyoming Medical Service Board. And there were some grant applications that had to be in by Sunday on that is the only thing I'm aware of, and that's all I'm aware of. They got them in between the hospital here and, well, it was all over the state. Everything had to be into the state. There was a bunch of money given out by the feds and everybody's applying for it. So that's the only update we have on that. Is there any new business to be brought before the town? Do I have a motion to go into executive session? Wyoming statute 16-4-405A. 2 little i's and 3 little i's. Personnel matters.
I'll make a motion, go into executive session in accordance with WS 16-4-405. It's a little a, so these little eyes and these 3 little eyes.
Okay, make a note, we went in at 20 till 7. 6:40. Okay, do I have a motion to call this meet to end the executive session at 6:50 PM?
I'll make a motion to end executive 6:50 PM.
Do I have a motion to call this meeting back to order?
Make a motion to call this meeting back to order.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Action taken. Chair to entertain a motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion to put Mike Morris back to active duty.
Do I have a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Yeah, motion carries. Is there any further business to be brought before the town? Seeing none, do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I'll make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
All in, do I have a second?
You've been clipping that out all night.
Do I have a second?
Yes.
All in favor?